So Wayne Scully with W. Scully CPA PC focused on fixing America's tax problems. So, folks, listen. Recently, my son went to a major bank to open a business bank account to start his own little business. So proud of the kid. And he was told by a banker that he qualifies for the PPP loan. Now, I had to sit and explain to my son that, hey, son, you don't qualify for this loan, right? Because really, his business started in 2021. And that's what folks need to know, right? Your business must have started no later than February of 2020 for you to qualify for this loan. So he was totally misinformed, but it was my job to obviously explain to him that, hey, son, this is just not going to happen for you, right? Unfortunately. So basically, today I'm here to talk about the new PPP loan program offered by the Small Business Administration, otherwise known as SBA, and the Paycheck Protection Program, or as it's called, PPP. And this has to do with the second draw, right? Yeah, the first draw last year, that program kind of ended, closed out towards the end of the year, and and then they restarted the program and they're calling it the second draw. So January 6th, the Economic Aid to Hard-Hit Small Businesses, Nonprofits and Venues Act was signed into law and resulted in the new PPP guidelines. This basically provides funding up until March 31st of this year. And the second draw sets priorities for small businesses and allots $284 billion towards that effort, right? And included in that, they're talking about job retention and covering certain expenses, right? So the changes provide really targeted relief and simplifies the loan forgiveness process to ensure a path to recovery of these small businesses that have been so hard hit. And we can all appreciate that, right? We either know someone or we ourselves are in that kind of bind that, we need this help. So it's good that this program is around and it's there to help folks. So the PPP program reopened its doors for lending on January 11th, right? And it's open to existing and also to new borrowers. January 11th, as I mentioned before, is the beginning date for the first draw, and January 13th is the beginning date for the second draw. All right. So January 15th is going to be open to small lenders, and then January 19th open to large lenders. So that's just kind of give you a timeline as far as if you're looking to get money from this program. You have to be attuned to those dates, right? And some key updates. So a loan covers any period between 8 to 24 weeks by the borrower's choice. So you choose what period you want to pay disperse those funds over. And then it covers additional costs such as rents, utilities, equipment, property damage costs, supplier costs, and worker protection. Its eligibility was expanded to include 501c6 entities such as business leagues, trade boards, etc., housing co-ops, and destination marketing organizations known as tourist boards, and other types of organizations, right, would qualify. As I said before, it's looking to help nonprofits. So, and that's that. So it provides greater flexibility for seasonal employees, and certain existing borrowers can modify the first draw, or in other words, they can refinance their first loan, all right, and or gives them an opportunity to modify the first loan, and then existing borrowers can also be eligible for a second draw. Certain existing borrowers, not everyone. Guys, here's some general eligibility requirements for the second draw. Number one, you must have received the first draw, spent it, or you're going to spend it in full for authorized purposes, okay? That's important. If it's not spent for authorized purposes, you may have an issue. And your business cannot have more than 300 employees, all right? And you have to be able to show that your gross receipts reduced by at least 25% when you compare two quarters in 2019 and 2020. All right. And just one more tidbit for you guys. There's a huge fraud alert I have to make you aware of. I learned just recently from a former IRS revenue officer that the IRS will be auditing the PPP loans. I suppose the IRS has greater knowledge and tools and resources with respect to auditing these kinds of loans, whereas the SBA may not. So I suppose a joint venture between the two agencies to audit those loans. So please be careful. Use the loan for an authorized purpose. First of all, make sure you qualify for the loan. All right. Don't try to get a loan that you don't qualify for, right? Because it may come back and bite you the proverbial you know what. So basically, for any information, call your tax advisor, and if you have none, give me a call. My name is Wayne Scully, and I'm with W. Scully CPA PC, focused on fixing America's tax problems. Our firm specializes in tax resolution matters, and we serve clients virtually. Make an appointment by visiting www.wscullycpa.com. That's www.wscullycpa.com, or call me toll free at 855-254-1892, okay? Please comment, like, and share this video. Thanks, guys.